Hey there, it's Kevin Ward with Yes Masters Real Estate Success Training, helping you get more yeses and more successes in your business and in your life. And I have a question from one of my coaching members about a seller who does not want a lockbox put on his house. And so basically the scenario is the seller saying, here's my garage door opener. You can keep it at your office whenever you want to show it, or have an agent that wants to show it. They can come by and pick up the garage door opener. So number one, this is bad security. Okay, so in terms of this seller security, this is bad. Number two, it's bad because it's inconvenient for you. And number three, it's bad because it's inconvenient for other agents. Now, here's how you, so the question then is, how do you communicate that to a seller? How do you educate the seller so that he understands, you know what, if you want to sell your house, the lockbox is the best way. So first thing to do is ask him a question. So you don't want to put a lockbox on the house. So tell me why that's a concern for you. Tell me why you don't want a lockbox on the property, and then find out, is it a security issue, or is it a showing, is that it looks like my house is selling issue? Okay, I'm going to deal first of all with the one that's most unlikely and rare, and that is, well, I don't want a lockbox on my house because I don't want it to look like my house is for sale or whatever. And normally that means they don't want a sign in the yard and so forth. And my question always on that was, well, we don't want to, we don't want the big ugly lockbox there showing everything. Okay, good. We can set the lockbox where it's not visible from the street. That's no problem. You can put it on the side of the house. There's always a place to find that you can find to put it. But the thing is when they go like, well, I just don't want everybody to know the house is for sale. Okay, look, how are you going to move without people knowing? When you get ready to sell the house, there are a lot of things going to be happening. One, people are going to be coming to see the house. That's unavoidable. Two, when we sell it, which we will sell it, there's going to be inspectors coming by. There's going to be all that stuff doing, and the moving truck's coming, and people are going to know. And that's always a motivation issue. Anytime a seller says, well, I don't want people to know my house is on the market because I don't want people to know I'm selling. It's always, usually it's this reason. I may not sell, and if I'm not selling, I don't want everybody to think I'm moving. And it always comes down to a motivation issue. So that's a whole different conversation. If they're not motivated enough to put a sign in the yard, put a lockbox on it, you probably don't want that listing. So that's point number one. So the other reason that they're concerned about a lockbox is security. Now, two things. So number one, you just ask them, so tell me why that's important about that. Great. So can I explain a couple of things to you? Okay, two things are going to happen. Number one, you do want the house to sell, correct? Always reconfirm motivation. Yes, you want that. And you want to get the best chances to get the best offers and get top dollar for the house, right? Great. Okay, a couple of things. First, if we do the plan where I think we have the key or the garage door opener at the office, number one, it's more inconvenient for agents to show it because they have to make two trips. One, they have to make a trip to my office, they have to make a trip to the house, and then they actually have to make a trip back to the office to do that. In the meantime, the garage door opener is with them. It's floating all over the place. It can get lost. It can get anything that can happen just because there's so much of more people are handling it. They bring it back to my office. If I'm not here, they've got to leave it with the front desk. The front desk person, if they misplace it, somebody picks it up. Security-wise, there's a lot more things that can happen. Number two, if two agents want to show it the same afternoon, they probably can't do it because the garage door opener is sitting with an agent who's probably not just showing your house. They're probably showing a number of houses, and they can't drive clients all over town trying to deliver garage door openers and keys. So here's the bottom line of what happens. Your home will get fewer showings because agents will elect not to show it. Now, I know that's unfair, but that's just the reality. Okay, so that's if you want to get your home sold for top dollar. Here's the second thing. You're concerned about security. Can I tell you this? One, a lockbox is extremely secure. If somebody wants to break into your house, they're not going to use the lockbox. Okay, getting into a lockbox is way more work than going around the backyard and breaking the back window or finding an open window or shimming a locksmith set. There's a lot of easier ways to break into a house than through a highly secure Supra lockbox. Number two, whenever somebody uses the garage door opener, we have no way of tracking who's been in and out of that house. But with the Supra lockbox, every time that it is open, we know not only when it was opened, we know who opened it. So it is extremely secure to track when it was open and who opened it. You can't do that with a garage door opener that is at my office, unfortunately, as much as I'd like for that to happen. And it makes too many parts have to work, that its security is worse, and it makes your home show less because it's more difficult to show. And bottom line is agents will not go, they'll go out of their way to do something, but they are not going to extend themselves beyond what's reasonable. And in our real estate industry today, not having a lockbox in the house is considered generically to be a deterrent to somebody seeing the house. So I go back to my question. You want the house to be most secure? Great. The lockbox is the most secure way to have your house on the market, because that thing is as burglar proof, bomb proof, fire proof, lock cutting proof. There's no way to get in it without a super keypad, and they have to be a licensed active realtor. And every time they use that and open your lockbox, we know exactly who opened it, when, and how many times. Now, I know that is true in almost all of the United States with super lockboxes, which is pretty standard in the industry. I'm assuming it's the same in Canada, in all over North America. I'm not sure beyond that, but I hope that helps.